gentlemen, we have more stolen valor. It's been a while since we've done a video on stolen valor, and some of you already know this about me, but some of you are new, and this might surprise you, but stolen valor doesn't bother me at all whatsoever. The shit makes me laugh more than anything else because the oh brother, the excuses and the lies that these fuckers try to peddle you. And it's just like one guy said that the reason that he wore PT shoes with his uniform was because he was low profile. The guy with the camera was like, "Are you on profile? Can you be wearing those shoes?" He's like, "Oh no, I'm low profile." Man, that shit had me dying. And low key, man, I kind of just like feel bad for these dudes because you got to be really down bad to be playing stolen valor. Stolen, what is it called for cops? Impersonating a cop, impersonating a doctor, impersonating anyone really, and you're not a clown, then that's just, bruh. But from what I've been told, what we're gonna watch today, this guy is the king of stolen valor. And man, I've seen some doozies. And I think the funniest ones to me is when it's a family member that calls you out. And one family member in particular, the wife. Or you get called out by a wife for stolen valor. That's more embarrassing than getting called out by an actual soldier or an actual veteran. You got called out by someone's wife. Man, she was like, "Nope, not today, buddy boy. Take that shit the fuck off." Man, that shit just hits a little different coming from a female. I would assume it would have to, right? Because it's one thing, a grown man talking tough, that's natural. But a female saying, "Hell nah, fuckboy, take that shit off. You didn't earn it." That shit's gotta be rough. This is the most ridiculous case of stolen valor in history. That's a pretty bold statement, but 19,000 people seem to agree, and this has almost 1 million views. So I'm willing to believe it for now. Let's see.
Because I know I'm not impersonating.
Okay. Impersonating
and I know
what?
that I'm going to prove that I'm not.
Impersonating
so let me
what?
ask you a question.
Impersonating what?
Let me ask you a
State
question.
agent?
No, police officer.
Move your Get your fucking car out of the way now! Stay there till we're clear, or I'm gonna take you down myself. Stop your vehicle. I'm not gonna tell you again.
I know I don't have a lot of emotions and I don't really show them.
Come on, let's go, bitch. Get out your fucking car. Let's go. Let's go. Come on.
Cursing shows a lack of education, shows a lack of respect for who you're talking to. Some dumb fuck bullshit idiot.
What the fuck does it look like I'm doing, dumb fuck? Get the fuck over before you find out.
Stop pretending you're a police officer.
Listen, motherfucker.
Have you ever?
Yeah, dude, it's so funny because I noticed it in a couple of other encounters that he had. The civilians that he was talking to, they were just like, yeah, police officers don't act that way. They definitely don't speak to you that way. Well, they do if you give them a reason to. Like if you made them run 15 fucking blocks just to catch your ass. He's probably gonna let you have a couple words when he's putting you in the back of the car, but not like this, man. Even these people knew you were full of shit. That's why.
Ever been in the military?
I have.
You were in what branch?
Army.
The Army. When were you in the Army?
Shame.
I wasn't actually in the Army.
Then what the fuck?
Years in the U.S. Army as a major.
What are we talking about?
Have you ever been in the military?
I have.
You were in what branch?
Army.
The Army. When were you in the Army?
I wasn't actually in the Army.
What the hell? What a stupid ass conversation, huh? Not on the detective's part. It's just like, okay, and now you're out here lying to civilians. Bro, if you got to flex on civilians, come on, man.
And then I served for 12 years in the U.S. Army as a major.
Okay.
So,
First, thank you for your service. Okay.
But I did the Army. I was young and dumb and I wanted action, so I joined the Army, was a Ranger, and then I went SF, and then my parachute didn't work right, my back got hurt, my brother got killed.
Oh, good God. And none of that shit's true. None of it. He just cultivated like a whole 20 years worth of service and packed it up into like 20 seconds worth of bullshit ass lies. Ooh, oh boy, this is gonna be a long video.
Jeremy DeWitt, aka Motor One, is one of the most infamous, egregious, and well-documented cases of stolen valor in history. There are thousands of videos and dedicated YouTube channels to document how he impersonates police officers and
Dear God, how many times has he been arrested? How many times has he been caught doing this?
fabricates a life of military service. As we close 2024, his decade plus of tomfoolery is coming to an end, with his high-risk funeral escort business being disbanded and him being convicted to spend the next 7 years in prison for sex offender charges. After watching hundreds of hours of compilations and footage of this absolute disaster of a man, I decided to put this video together. I want to centralize his most ridiculous acts as a failed police officer, and him lying about his ridiculous military career where he portrays himself as Captain Price from Call of Duty. If you're familiar with Germany, there'll be some points in this video that haven't been covered before. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the dumpster fire that is Jeremy DeWitt. Let's start at the beginning of his career as a serial impersonator. In 1998, when he was 18, Jeremy was part of the Orlando Police Explorers. This is similar to JROTC for the military. The important part is he in no way, shape, or form was a police officer. Long story short, he tried to get some gas, forgot his wallet, and showed the cashier's badge to pass himself off as a police officer to get free gas, which he claims he was going to pay back. He was charged of impersonating a police officer, and that was that. Before Jeremy started Metro State, he supposedly served as an Army Ranger and Special Forces Major. Before we look at his stolen valor record, let's be clear, there is no way he could have served in the military with his record. On top of that, he was picking up documented charges the whole time he supposedly was serving the military. Thankfully, we can thank the YouTube channel Master Sergeant Retired for requesting his paperwork from the United States Army verifying that he never served.
This is in response to your request for military personnel files pertaining to Mr. Jeremy C. DeWitt. Your request was processed under the provisions of the Freedom of Information/Privacy Acts. And then we'll go down a little bit more. No records pertaining to Mr. Jeremy C. DeWitt were found.
Damn.
Now that we all understand that,
And that's from iPerm, so that's like legitimate as fuck.
No records pertaining to Mr. Jeremy C. DeWitt were found.
Now that we all understand that he did not serve, let's hear from the horse's mouth about his military service.
Appreciate you calling because, you know, I have a medical discharge. And once I got that I jumped, my chute didn't work right.
Back to the Army.
Are you holding up this guy that's working? Is Jeremy the one talking? Is Jeremy the one holding the camera? Are you really holding this man up during a funeral proceeding to tell him about your... Ask me about my service? Come on, man.
I gotta ask you, man, because you know I was military, right? Right, Jeremy? I just gotta ask this before.
Corporal.
Were you ever in the military?
Corporal. Let me ask you a question.
What do you mean,
Did you jump
corporal?
in Fallujah? Did you jump in Fallujah?
I've jumped a lot of places. Feel it in my heart when I was overseas. A few of you have asked questions, where have you been in overseas? I've been to almost every Middle Eastern country you can list.
That's an easy way to lie. Every Middle Eastern country you can list. That's code for I don't know a single fucking country over there, and I can't list any, so I'm just gonna say all of them. I can definitely list the countries I've been to over there. Kazakhstan, Afghanistan, I've been to Germany, I've been to Sweden, I've been to Austria, I've been to Italy, I've been to Kuwait. And I swear to God, bro, if I walked a couple miles, I could have actually stepped foot into Iran, but that was, yeah, hell no, we're not doing that. But aside from that, yeah, you couldn't list a single one. Not even one. Not even just one for reference. Not one. You just said, I've been to all of them, man. Who the fuck are you again? 12 years? Ranger? Special Forces? Major? This dude really does think he's Captain Price.
And then I joined the Army. And then this is where I am now. Yes.
Matter. And you are SF Ops 2015, is that you?
Right.
Okay. And what's the SF Ops for? What's that?
Operations.
Okay.
Are you
Yeah.
cleared for that?
He owns this business.
Are you cleared for that? Sir, what's your GS level? Because I know what my military level was, my classification.
Okay, we don't need to go through.
Okay, great. Are you an officer?
No, I'm not, but I work for customs.
CP-35. How do you know how to do this stuff?
Dismantling bombs overseas.
I'm sorry. What did you say? Dismantle?
Even the girl thought It was bullshit, bro. She laughed at him. She's like, what? I don't know what he's doing. It looks like he's rewiring like a sound system or something. And she says, where'd you learn to do that? And he says, disarming bombs overseas. So basically, on top of Special Forces, on top of being an Army Ranger, on top of being a major, right, you're also EOD. Because those are the only ones that disarm bombs. Explosive Ordnance Disposal. That's what it's short for. And, all right, man. What an illustrious career this man has had in his head. I'm sure in his head, he's like 5 months away from getting the Medal of Honor.
Bombs? You never told me that. You said you were like special ops, but you never said you were like dismantling bombs.
Now, shooting shit just for the hell of it. What branch of the military were you in?
Army.
Army? So was I. Where were you stationed?
I was Benning and then I was Bragg. I was originally a Ranger, 3rd Battalion out of Benning, and then I was 3rd Group out of Bragg.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for your service.
Thank you. What did you do?
You jumped.
That's funny. Thank you for your service, and he knows he's bullshitting.
Oh yeah, I've been jump certified since I was 18.
Wow.
Airborne personnel don't speak like that. I've been jump certified since I was 18. You get jump certified at airborne school. And then you have to jump, from what I remember. I wasn't airborne, but I was stationed at an airborne unit and I was surrounded by airborne guys. You got to jump once every couple months to maintain your airborne status because you get paid extra on your LES for being airborne. And to keep getting paid that extra money for being airborne, you have to stay airborne certified, right? Which means you have to jump every so often. I want to say it's like every 2 to 3 months, every 6 months. I don't fucking know. I think it's as often as a PT test, really, for airborne units to stay on top of it. But none of the airborne guys, they don't say shit like that. Like, yeah, I went to airborne school, and that's it. That's pretty much the bulk of the conversation. Been jump certified since I was 18. No one, airborne veterans don't speak that way.
That's why I left the Army. I had a streamer. My riser popped when I was going into Fallujah.
First off, anyone that's man, you about to piss off, probably already did, pissed off a whole bunch of Iraq veterans with that fucking statement. Ever served in the military would call BS on his career. Just the way he talks about GS levels and his supposed Special Forces career. As disrespectful as it is to falsely claim military.
And he speaks with such a chip on his shoulder, too. Like he deserves respect. And he speaks with such a high level of ego. Like he actually attained all these things that he's claiming he achieved. He's just a douchebag.
For a funeral escort service, and you end up at the offices of Metro State and take a seat with Mr. DeWitt himself. As you're making small talk, you see the display of flags behind him. To the uninitiated, you'd probably ask what they mean. If you have served, you would immediately...
Oh, dude, he opened up like he bought office space for this. That's why it really does seem like he's legitimately a police officer. He's fucking not, man.
I know he's been investigated for stolen valor, and I really hope the detectives interviewed his past clients to tie in the business atmosphere for some type of financial benefit. Now let's take a look at him impersonating police officers post Call of Duty military career.
Hey! Stop your vehicle!
This is crazy.
Get over!
This is so illegal.
Get the fuck over! What are you doing?
Why would you...
What the fuck does it look like I'm doing, dumb fuck? Get the fuck over before you find out.
Stop pretending you're a police officer.
Listen, motherfucker, I know what I'm allowed to do and what I'm not allowed to do. What you need to do is figure it the fuck out before you start talking shit and cutting us off.
I'm not cutting anyone.
Go ahead. Hey! 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 Hey!
The guy took forever to notice him, even with the siren.
Pull over! Hey! Pull your fucking car over! Pull over! Get out of the way! Move your fuck! Get your fucking car out of the way now!
I don't know what you
I don't give a fuck what you don't understand! Pull forward now! What the fuck is your problem?
I didn't know what's the problem back there.
You're a federal agent, you said, sir?
No, I'm a state certified agent.
State certified.
Officer, am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Then you got.
Oh, that guy's doing that shit? Give me a second.
Oh my. Oh my god. My man is a fucking nuisance. And oh, right by a Porsche.
Hi.
Just.
How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
You must have missed that it's 45 through there, and then you use the turning lane to cut through traffic. Yeah. I understand you're in a nice car and everything, but let's be a little more mature the way you drive. Let's drive the right way then.
Are you a cop?
Don't worry about.
Everyone can see through his bullshit, bro. Everybody. And that's usually the case with, I want to say, 99% of stolen valor. But then there's always that 1% that, like, tricks everyone and fools everyone for a long time. Like Sarah Kavanaugh, right? But this guy right here, I don't think that he has ever successfully once fooled anybody. How he continues to get away with it is beyond me. I don't know.
What I am, because I'm a state agent. So what you need to do is make sure you're doing the right thing, fuck boy.
Yeah, he was like, yeah, I knew you weren't a cop. Shut the fuck up. And he drove off. Yeah, I would have too.
I got it. Go past me. Yep. Photo, you're going to have to use the turning lane.
Hello, cop, did you not...
Over here now! Pull your car here now! Get out of the fucking way!
Good.
Move your fucking car! Stay.
You know, this is how I used to talk to the locals when I was in Afghanistan. Sometimes we would be halted, right? Middle of the fucking road. And I would have to keep traffic at bay. Couldn't let them pass. 8 out of 10 times it was usually like a possible IED or some debt cord or whatever the fuck or a suspicious culvert, right? We would halt for. We did halt for a lot of IEDs, but my job was making sure that these cars didn't do what this car is attempting to do right here, right? Is get past us. So sometimes, well, not sometimes, guys, every time, I would speak this way to these people. Because, one, they don't know what the fuck I'm saying. They don't understand the language. The only thing they do see is that I'm really angry and I'm telling them to go in the opposite direction, right? So they oblige. But in this situation, my man, some simple hand gestures, like just a regular crossing guard, and you're treating this like it's a combat situation. This is exactly how I was. It was high stress. I was outside of the vehicle, and that vehicle is my only protection. I step outside. I step out of that vehicle, I immediately become a target for anything. Small arms fire, a sniper, anything, right? So anxiety, tension, it's all high, so I'm like this. I'm exactly like this. You don't have to be like this with Americans, with everyday people in your own country, Doug. It's not that serious. And now what? You got this? I don't understand.
Come here!
You're the worst.
Come here!
You're the absolute worst.
Right here!
You're just the worst.
Stay there, please.
You don't even know how to direct traffic, something they teach you in the academy.
You guys are killing me today.
But because you're not a cop, you know. What does he say every time he gets caught? Oh, I'm just volunteering? They don't need any more help, man. They don't. What they need is to get funded properly, but that's a different story. They don't need any more help.
Come here. Right here. Right here! Get out of the way! Stop!
None of these people know what to do because you don't know what to do. Imagine that.
Fucking right here! Right here! Right here! Right here! Right here! Right here!
I don't fucking. I would
All
just.
for you. Show some fucking respect.
God, and you can clearly tell by looking at his motorcycle that he's not a cop.
It's a fucking funeral, you disrespectful fucks. Fucking A. Funeral now! Get out of my funeral now! Get out of my funeral now! Get out of my funeral now! We didn't know which way to go. Get out of the fucking way now! Move your bike to the side now! And stay there until we're clear, or I'm gonna take you down myself. Stop your vehicle! I'm not gonna tell you again. Sir! I'm not gonna fucking tell you again!
When he loses all power and no one listens to him, he fires off that siren and he starts getting really, really violent.
Stay right fucking there! Stay right!
And he just amps up to 11 instantly. He goes from 0 to 100 damn near almost instantly. Man, kind of reminds me of a younger me whenever I was deployed. But I truly feel like I have some sort of an excuse because I was in a combat setting. Bro, you're
fucking there! Who the fuck do you think you are? I don't know what the fuck's going on! How do you fucking not know with all the sirens and lights, you lying motherfucker? What'd you call me? You heard me!
We're going to start with his inspiration for Metro State. Now, Jeremy is very adamantly defended that he has done everything that he can to not look like police officers. Obviously, anyone with a normal functioning brain would call BS on that. But he is so delusional that he actually went on Dr. Phil to try clear his name.
So, I just got the call from Dr. Phil's staff. Very, very nice people. The ladies there for Dr. Phil.
You know that you're not going to go on to Dr. Phil so they can feel bad for you, right? You're going to go on Dr. Phil so they can laugh at you. That's everyone that has ever gone on to Dr. Phil, Jeremy. They go there to get laughed at. How do you not know this? How do you not know that you're the butt of everyone's joke? And you're taking this very seriously. If I were you, I'd have never gone on that show, but...
are amazing. The fact that they...
But you're so delusional that you think that they're going to entertain your delusion. And you're going to go there and be sadly mistaken. Because Dr. Phil doesn't let anyone slide on bullshit. At least last I checked. I don't watch Dr. Phil often.
They're so organized and put together and they get things squared away for him is amazing. But anyways, so yeah, the show is going to be airing the 17th and get this, the 18th as well. They have so much proof and they have so much information that I'm not impersonating, and there's a lot of corruption that they've made it 2 episodes. Yourself that Dr. Phil later on is deceptive. I know I passed, so that's all that fucking matters at the end of the day. All the haters that will talk all this shit that they want to talk after they see Dr. Phil.
Jeremy, no one's hating on you. You lied about being in the service. You served up Whopper after Whopper after Whopper. Like you were actually the Burger fucking King, man. And you expected people to believe it, and they didn't. And then you started impersonating police officers. No one believed that either. And no one gives you respect. And that's something that you desperately want. You don't have haters. You have critics that are completely 100% unequivocally right about you. And that's that you're a delusional, narcissistic psychopath. Kind of, man. At least that would be my diagnosis. I'm not a doctor, but from what I've seen in other people that exhibit your very same behavior, I mean, come on, man.
Suck my and go fuck themselves. But at the end of the day, I know for a fact I passed that shit flying colors, and there was no misunderstanding that I've never misrepresented myself as a law enforcement officer.
So he's very excited to go on Dr. Phil, looked like a complete fool, and then tries to backtrack. I
imagine that he would look like a fool on the show.
Jeremy's dumb. But for the life of me, I can't think of what benefit he thought he was going to get from this. But hey, you know what they say, any press is good press,
I was
right?
literally about to say the exact same thing. And what if Jeremy's goal is to just be famous? He doesn't give a fuck if it's for the wrong reasons. He's famous. Everyone knows my name. Everyone knows who I am. They call me a piece of shit, but I don't care. That could be it too. In his own delusional Lulu world.
Well, it's very obvious that Jeremy has modeled his business to look like LAPD. The uniform, the patches, and the vehicles are spitting images. He has some sort of fascination that can be seen just by the memorabilia throughout his house and office. There are tons of clips where you can take a look and you can see all kinds of examples. Again, going back to the flags at his desk, I found it particularly interesting that he has an LAPD flag in his collection. He does have family in California, so maybe when he was spending time down there, that's how he drew his inspiration.
Long story short, Dr. Phil was great. We were there those 2 days. It was not enough. I wanted to spend more time in California. I have family in California, so I've been there many, many times.
The two most recognizable police departments in the world are LAPD and New York PD. So maybe it's him just trying to get the most bang for his buck impersonating. I actually think it's much more petty than that. A badge is very important for law enforcement. It's a visual
badge and their gun, yeah.
Sign that someone has authority in that capacity. Jeremy's company, Metro State, has their own badge, which looks an awful like the LAPD badge.
But without a gun, I don't consider you a real police officer. I'm sorry if that stings, but no gun, no respect. I mean, sure, I'll respect you as a human being, but if you come at me half-cocked like Jeremy, I'm gonna give you a smooth one of these. You best believe. No gun, get out. That's just how it goes. And if Jeremy is walking around with a gun, I feel like that's a felony. In some way, some shape, somehow, some form. And if it's not, it fucking should be. Because you see how the way he talks to people? This guy's like, if he did carry a gun, he's 5 minutes away from shooting somebody.
It also looks like Orange County, Florida's 2000 New Millennium badge. But if we take a look at the Police Explorer badge, I think that's where his true motivation came for the aesthetic of his badge. Make it look like the program that he was so unceremoniously booted from. Metro State is literally a company of Stolen Valor Blue Falcons. But we're not going to focus on it.
Wow, it's a whole company that employs a whole bunch of Stolen Valor fuckers. Stolen Valor is an actual business. Imagine that.
The other individuals in the company, since Jeremy's the ringleader. It seems to me that he targets young or vulnerable people to join his ranks, which the fact that they have ranks is a conversation in itself.
How are y'all allowed to do this? How are y'all allowed to get away with this? Dude, I saw one of my buddies. He had blue underglow. He had blue and red, I think, underglow on his truck. And whenever he would hit his left turning signal, the underglow would also glow blue. And when he'd hit his right turning signal, the underglow, it was like half blue, half red. The underglow on the right side of the vehicle would glow red. He got pulled over, and the cops were like, hey, red and blue belongs to us. Change the fucking colors on that shit, okay? And he's like, even if I'm in a truck, even if you're in a truck, bike, it doesn't fucking matter. You're not going to use those colors and confuse people and none of that stuff. Change the colors or take it off or I'll cite you. And he's like, all right, cool. So he changed them to like green and purple or some shit. I don't know. He didn't really care. It was just the color, the default colors that came on the underglow. And so he changed them. But how do y'all get away with looking so similarly to law enforcement? With the bikes, the uniforms, the helmet, the cars. Cars? Y'all have cars?
General or the chief officer in his fantasy land. Jeremy also claims to support law enforcement while not trying to be them. Let's see how his company honors that commitment.
It's on my motorcycle, Sergeant. You want me to go back to my motorcycle? You want me to stand over here, Sergeant? Your motorcycle out of the road. I can't, because unless you're going to put one of your cruisers here and hold this funeral, I can't do that. Jeremy, Sergeant, to piss me off. Sergeant, I'm not trying to piss you off.
He said, Jeremy, you're going to piss me off. And he knows you by name. That means this is a reoccurring thing. Move your
Sergeant,
fucking...
get your lieutenant, please.
There is no lieutenant. I'm
Then
in.
get a captain.
There is no captain.
Then
I'm in.
get somebody that outranks you, Sergeant.
Finally, they caught this bastard.
I have the very valid registration. I can promise you, this isn't going to go the way you're planning.
What's the problem?
We're on a traffic stop. What do you need?
What's the reason?
I'm talking to him, not you. Go on.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll be 1012 then. Funeral escort. We're
10-12. I don't know what that means, but if he's saying it, it's probably bullshit. What does 10-12 mean? Tell me in the comment section.
legally allowed.
It doesn't give
that
you
is where you are
authorization.
incorrect.
No, it does not give you authorization.
Go ahead and
to
get
use
in your
a
truck.
siren.
Go.
It gives you authorization.
We're not
to
using
use
a siren.
purple and yellow lights.
We're not using a.
I knew it. I fucking knew it. Yes, they're red and blue. You cannot use those. I wasn't just making shit up, guys. Like, it's a real thing. Cops get really touchy-feely about that because of impersonators, man. That they'll use the red and blue, and when you see red and blue, what do you assume? Getting pulled over, getting stopped. It's police, right? I believe like a fire truck is like red and orange, red-ish orange, different colors on a fire truck and on an ambulance, I believe. I think it's just cops that have the red. I could be wrong.
She's using an air horn.
Evidence? You want me to take it out of your car as evidence?
Okay.
It is an air horn.
Thank you, Lieutenant. Not a problem, Sergeant. We'll see you in court. Have a good day. Ride safe, please. Never mind that they're doing their job the way they need to. Thank you, Lieutenant. Sorry for the inconvenience. Go, Jess. Go, Jess. Just go. Thank you, Sergeant. That's a little disrespectful. You have a nice day now. Anything else?
You're free to leave.
Go. That was disrespectful of you.
You're free to leave.
Thank you.
That's an air horn.
Law enforcement that watch and talk shit or...
It reminds me of that one scene from The Dark Knight and the Batman copycat. He's like, "What gives you the right? What's the difference between you and me?" And Batman says, "I'm not wearing hockey pants." Officer was like, "That's an air horn, you jackass. Get out of here."
Paramedics that talk shit or firefighters or whatever you want to be or whatever story you want to tell you are.
It's funny how he overcompensates to fake the funk.
Hard.
As a former military man and having a lot of friends in law enforcement, I can tell you that none of us talk the way he does.
No.
His obsession to use codes is unbelievable.
1974 says we can do funeral escorts. So,
Oh, hold on.
Codes is unbelievable.
1974 says we can do funeral escorts. So, I'm just confused where the 50 is coming in.
Where the what's coming in? 1050 traffic stop.
Traffic stop, the 1050.
Hey, ASAP, do you know how to 50-50 an intersection, buddy? They're coming, so you better make sure you follow your P's and Q's.
First, I wanted to say thank you to my fans, to my little motors. Boy, you guys have been 10-8. You guys are awesome. The comments were through the roof. You guys are 10-8.
People that have to talk that way
The fuck does that mean?
for work do not like doing it, let alone do it for fun. Even watch him constantly adjust his belt blows me away. It's not fun having to wear all that gear for work. So seeing someone do it to perpetuate a facade, knowing how uncomfortable it actually is from experience, is just one of those extra cherries on top.
You guys, especially my fans, you guys are amazing. And the numbers are growing.
Perfect. Dude, this is amazing. We're actually doing pretty good blocking these intersections. We need more motors. We need more units.
We need way more motors.
We need Jeremy.
We need motor 17.
Oh, look at this Fudge Boy. Get out of the road, Fudge Boy.
I'm a state-approved agency.
Okay, I'm going ahead.
Okay, yep. Go.
About the Grand Theft Auto shit. That shit's amazing. You guys, whoever wrote those programs for the vehicles, amazing. Good.
Jeremy, they're making fun of you. They're making how do you not get this? How do you not understand? The last person I saw that truly didn't understand that they were being made fun of was fucking Forrest Gump, man. That and you're making him seem like a goddamn genius.
Quite how we're utilizing my name and company logo. But hey, who fucking cares, right? We went from motor escorts, nobody knows who I am, to video game, real Grand Theft Auto 5 online funeral escorts, to people.
It's not that.
People actually putting Metro State on their own personal cars while getting gas and taking pictures.
I can't with this guy. It's not.
I don't even know what to say. Just like the whole vlogging thing. I don't even know what to say. I'm a nobody. I'm
yeah. I 100. That's the first true thing you have said this entire video.
Just a guy that came home, saw something, like I told you guys this morning, knew we could do it better and safer, and
Better and safer, huh? While you scream at people like a lunatic and antagonize them.
And we're going to work on getting you guys badges for those that want to join the team. I didn't even know you could do this shit, but they're letting me know you guys can get like badges if you subscribe or join the team. We're going to get you little motor badges so my little motors can keep up with us. And to my little motors, boy, you guys have been 10-8. You guys are awesome. The comments were through the roof. Lots of eBay fans. You fucking guys are cool as fuck too. Not only are you cool as fuck, but you're paying for things and asking me to sign. You know how many helmets I've signed? How many holsters I've signed? And they're paying extra for it?
Well,
those people are just fucking weird. I know that like 90% of the people in your comment section, they probably are trolling and you can't tell the difference between a compliment and an insult. Or maybe it's just thinly veiled and you can't see through it. But, I mean, for Christ's sake, dude, there's people out there that will purchase your toenail clippings. So, I mean...
Are there truly any little motors watching this video?
I don't know.
I hope you're enjoying it. The irony of his arrogant, boastful nature is probably why he is where he is now. So let's go over some financials.
Do the math. We've done the math. We do somewhere close to 2,000 funerals a year.
Okay, so that's what you do. It's coming together. You started a business, and it's essentially an escort service for funerals. I got it. I understand. However, when you're on the road doing your funeral thing, you take it upon yourself to do police officer stuff that you're not qualified to do. Do your job, Jeremy, and stop trying to be a cop. And stop getting in their way, man. And stop taunting them.
2,000 funerals a year times 11 years.
In Jeremy's own words, he's been doing 2,000 funerals a year for 11 years. That's a pretty good estimate based on some other instances where he said how many funerals he's done a day. There's also a clip from when the officers were investigating him for stolen valor, where he says that each officer cost $160 for a funeral.
So if we do the 10, is it still going to be the 1,200?
Yes.
Okay.
That's the discount. Trust, because normally we're 160 and off.
Sorry, this Jeremy is making plans to escort a motorcycle club ride. He needs to see how many stoplights and stop signs there are in order to evaluate how many of his officers it will take to stop traffic. Metro State is a funeral escort company, but this escort is not a funeral. Okay, Metro State has no authority to hold or direct traffic for this event. So because you're about to embark on a journey that is not what your business is for, by law, you can't stop traffic. But there is a law in place that allows you to stop traffic if you are doing what your business is intended for, which is funerals. That is some pretty good leeway there, Jeremy. Let's see what you do here.
Sir.
So the question becomes, how much do these motor officers get paid to conduct one of these Grand Theft Auto funeral escorts?
What is the terms of the payments to these employees? Is it you get $100 per hour, per job?
It's
What's
just per
the
job.
terms? Okay, it's per job.
Right.
And how much is it per job, depending? What's it based on?
It depends on how many they do, but
No, if they do that one escort, that
$50.
$50 per job, no matter how, if it takes 4 hours or 2 hours?
Correct.
Per hour. Per
No,
job. Per job. Sorry, that'd be great money. Okay, $50 per job.
Usually, an average is they usually last about 2 to 3 hours.
Okay, give or take. So, who's...
Well, I even feel the need to include how long they are if it's per job, when it doesn't matter how long. You're just giving away stupid information at this point, Jeremy, in this interview.
Vehicles are they using?
They're using mine.
And who provides the gas?
They pay for their own gas.
How do you know that?
Because the cars would be out of gas if they didn't pay for it.
$50 a funeral. Not.
And then you got to pay for your own gas. So more like $35 a funeral.
$50 an hour. $50 a funeral, and they have to pay for their own gas. So if a funeral takes 3 hours, which is about how long every funeral has been that I've gone to, That's less than $17 an hour before gas. They're also 1099 contractors, so they don't get any fringe benefits.
Social Security, any kind of with deductions?
That's their responsibility because they're 1099.
So the answer is no.
Correct.
There have also been reports that Jeremy makes employees put the company cars on their personal liability insurance, which is obviously illegal. So, to get a good estimate of average yearly revenue, let's take 2,000 funerals a year, $110 margin per officer, and we'll use 4 officers, which is probably on the lower side. That's $880,000, almost $1 million a year. He does have overhead for the business, such as renting his office space, but he doesn't pay for the gas, he doesn't pay for the insurance, he doesn't pay fringe benefits.
So you're just a shitty ass employer, Jeremy.
So, what does he do with all his money? Well, he does reinvest back into the business, which is pretty comical when you look at his ambulance that he's hired to do a WWE match for, and there is no medical equipment in the ambulance when they call it. But needless to say, we are talking a lot of money this man was making from this hustle. This would explain his boastful, flexing nature to his haters.
Within 2 months, 3 months, I spent probably more on my daughter than most will probably make in a year. I know that sounds arrogant. Where you work, I think even at McDonald's, where your job is, I don't have my wallet in front of me, but I have over 37 credit cards, an American Express, Black, Platinum.
I'm not, nor have I ever been rich. But that just seems like way too many credit cards. I feel like you're doing something wrong if you have that many. Even if you are a millionaire. Maybe I'm just like ignorant and I don't know.
Louis Vuittons and the Birkin and the Birkin and the...
This actually explains why you have so many credit cards. You blew a ton of money on a ton of bullshit. And you probably maxed out card after card after card after card after card.
The Louis Vuitton.
That's where the $880,000 went. That's why he refused to do good by his employees, because he could save more money for more Birkin bags for his daughter.
And let's see here, Michael Kors galore. It's ridiculous. And
yeah, look at all this shit not being used.
And that one again, I can't remember the name of it. A little confused. Yes, I am going to have lunch, but I am going to do a business deal. This is a lunch. See, business people, when they sell a business, they have to do these things called business meetings. And business meetings aren't normally held at McDonald's.
Ironically, earlier this year, he had to face music because the IRS started investigating him for tax fraud. On top of that, while he was wasting all of his money buying Armani suits.
There it is.
Like my suit, it is our...
You made a whole bunch of money really, really fast, forgot about the taxes, spent more than you saved, spent more than what was coming in, and now you have to pay a whole bunch of shit back and you don't have anything.
Money for those that want to talk shit about me.
He didn't save his money, so when times got tough, he had to ask his employees for money.
And that's it. The only thing is honestly, I have no money, so payment's gonna have to wait this week. If you can't do that and you can't understand that, I understand.
I'll work 2 months for you.
Anyone that's willing to donate money right now,
What happened to... I'm a businessman. See, this is what you need to understand, peasants. I'm a businessman. Okay? I'm here to do business, right? I have a penchant for business. You know, my mom told me this story about when I came out of the womb, she almost made my middle name Business, actually.
I'll write you a loan and I'll borrow it and pay you back.
I'll write you a
Then
loan.
he had to ask his mama.
For money in years. The last
Wait a minute, you just took $1,000 not a week ago.
Because of these...
What do you think I have in the bank?
Okay.
But of course, him living like a delinquent for the last 10 years, no one's really inclined to give him any money. There's so much to cover for this man. A true chronological story would be hours. But I wanted to cover the high-level background, make sure that we document all the stolen valor cases. And of course, I couldn't help myself and go over the financials. But there are other great channels that cover his personal life that are very entertaining. So if you want more Jeremy, go check them out. With
hold on.
Jeremy going away to prison, we might think this is the end of Motor One, but only time will tell if we've seen the end of him.
Oh, so he did go to prison. Finally. That was the only way y'all were gonna get this fucker off the streets. Yeah, no, I'm good on the videos about his personal life. I really don't care. It's just this stuff that was interesting to me, and sweet Jesus. Good God. As a millionaire, astronaut, cowboy, and secret agent, I find this particularly disgusting. Yeah, dude. The craziest thing is he recorded all of this footage himself. I know. How self-absorbed, right? It's one thing to, like, you can record yourself. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just in the way that he recorded himself and what he recorded himself doing and how he behaved during these recordings. It's just like, and then he watched these recordings back before he uploaded them, because most YouTubers do. We watch this shit back before we upload it, either in the editing process or what have you, right? We watch this shit back, and there's been times where I've been recording a video, I'll say some kind of wild shit while I'm recording, and in the editing process, I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna cut that part out, right? I've done that before, right? But he did none of that. He recorded all this shit, watched it back, and was like, yup, this is good. This is great. Fuck yeah, they'll love this shit. No. Someone said, I parachuted into the Battle of Gettysburg. I was injured, and I'm still fighting for pension for the last 160 years. The fact that he's recorded every single crime that he's ever committed says a lot about his intelligence. Yeah, the police really didn't have to dig much. They were just like, oh, wow, you surveilled yourself. How nice of you. Jeremy, you just saved us, I don't know, quite possibly at least 6 months worth of legwork with the paperwork and the investigation, so I appreciate you, dog. Somebody agreed. I'm a nobody. Truer words have never been spoken. Yeah, man. And you tried so hard to be a somebody. There was another there was another story of stolen valor that I think was just as crazy as this one. If not, dare I say, crazier. And it was a guy who, he was stolen valor to hell and back, but he was actually going overseas to fight in combat. I think. Put in the comment, I'm going to search it when I'm done recording this. But feel free to put it in the comment section for other people. I swear to God, bro, there was this one guy, stolen valor to fucking back. Like, to the moon. This guy was decked out in stolen valor. But he was actually going overseas and creating his own little resistance. His own little rebellion of freedom fighters and fighting and doing stuff. And, like, was it stolen valor? Yeah, but hey, at least this guy had the fucking cojones to goddamn get out there and do some shit, right? It wasn't in the standard way. He didn't raise his right hand and say the oath, but he did the damn thing. I will say that. But this was ridiculous. I wasn't sold at the title at first. I'm sold now. There you go. Perfect title, yeah. Ridiculous as fuck. I'll see y'all later.